Hello, and welcome to the second in our series on daily chakra meditations. Today we will be focusing on our sacral chakra. As I mentioned before, I like to go through the week and each day draw my attention down to one of my chakras so that by the end of each week I've taken the time to really focus on each energy center, the entire system, so that I can integrate all of that energy as a whole. So our sacral chakra is located down below our belly button in the pelvis area. And this is where we typically find energies related to our desires, our emotions and feelings, passion, sexuality, creativity. It's usually associated with the color orange. So if you like to visualize this energy as you're sitting in this meditation, you can allow the color orange to fill your vision, to fill your visual space. And it's also associated with water, so this is a meditation I really like to do either sitting in water or near water, or just visualizing flowing water, waves, and the sound of waves crashing. All of this can either come naturally and just allow it to fill your headspace, or you can actively draw it to mind. So sitting comfortably wherever you choose, whether that's in water like I am here, or on dry land just thinking about water. We sit comfortably, up tall as normal, our back straight, our hands resting wherever they're comfortable, either in our lap or on our knees. For this, I really like to put them in my lap, the right hand resting over the left hand, just gently resting there, because the hands will fall right in front of that sacral chakra, so you can really help you to draw your attention down into that area. You can even press your hands gently against that pelvic region to give you that physical focal point. So I will just sit, and as before, I draw my attention and my energy down to that region and feel this glowing, passionate orange energy swirling around in that area. And as I breathe, I'll allow the breath, the prana, that energy to flow in and out of that region. Now, last week we talked about pulling energy up from the earth into our root chakra. With the sacral chakra, it can be more of a front and back sort of flow. So as you're breathing in, you're pulling that air and energy in through the front of your body space, right into that soft pelvic region. It's causing that orange energy center to glow brighter and stronger and swirl around and spin off into all the rest of the regions of your body. And as you breathe out, you're pulling energy back in from your limbs, all the way from your hands and your feet, top of your head, pulling all that energy down through your heart center and back out through that sacral chakra, flowing that passion and energy back out into the world. So as before, I like to use some mantras here to really focus on that emotional energy, focus on my desires. And usually when I'm working with this, so I'll tell you a little bit, I typically struggle with attachment to my desires. I think we all do that to some degree. If we get really passionate about something, we tend to focus all of our energy on that and make decisions based on either maintaining those objects of desire, keeping them in our lives, or trying to force things to go in such a way that we draw those desires into our lives to be fulfilled. So when I'm focusing on the sacral chakra, I like to really consider how I might be acting in those ways, acting out of attachment or fear that I may not get what I desire, or that I may lose what I already have that fulfills those desires and brings me positive emotions. So, a couple mantras I can work with in that regard. You can say to yourself either out loud or in your head, as I breathe in, I acknowledge my desires. As I breathe out, I release those desires. Breathing in, I acknowledge and accept my desires. Breathing out, I release my attachment to those objects of my desires. Because if we're able to work with this energy in such a way so that we can honor our desires and honor our emotions and the things that bring us joy and fulfill our passions, we'll often find that the universe acts in such a way that we don't have to go reaching for these desires to keep them around us. If they are meant for us, they will enter and stay in our lives. And of course, as everything does, everything will come to pass. In truth, we cannot hold those objects of our desires for infinite time, because our lives are limited and our time is limited. So no matter what we do, no matter how we act, we will always lose those objects of desire. And this can be a depressing thought, or it can be a freeing thought, knowing that we can't do anything to keep these things in our lives. But what we can do is we can strive to be present, to acknowledge and honor these energies, and just accept them as they are. And I have found through my practice, and I hope that this will help you come to this realization as well, if you haven't already, that sort of detached acknowledgement of the futility of trying to keep these things in our lives really frees us to truly appreciate them as they are. The less we strive to keep and hold, the more we have. Thank you for joining me. I love you.